Happy Sunday, good peoples. Hello, hello, hello. Come on, comments. You're embarrassing me. Damn, okay, there we go. Okay. Bam. D Hicks, what's going on? I started to think, like, did StreamYard change? I wasn't made aware because I'm clicking, but the clicking ain't clacking. What's going on, Kendra? Good to see you. Miss Hall, if you're nasty, good to see you as well. Carolyn Marshall, Reese D, Giovanna, Coco, good to see you. Taif, good to see you as well. Nuckin' if ye shabuk, good to see you as well. Judging, who are me? Brother Bishop Carr from the 213. The amenable Deborah Allen. You know what? I'm gonna check because I had reached out to her maybe about 2 weeks ago via IG, and I don't think I got a response back. So let me check while we are here. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten a response back. So hoping and believing that she's good. Maybe just uh doing things in reality. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back from the Philippines. All right now, Ebony. Hope you had a good trip. What were you over there for? Kilted Bear. It definitely is frigid. You know it's cold when your beard oil freezes in your beard. Like, I washed my beard last night and stuff like that, do my conditioning and oiling every Saturday. And so after church, I went to the grocery store and it was like, as soon as I stepped out the car, I felt my beard kind of like freeze up a little bit. I was like, dang, it was cold. But right now in dear old Michigan, it is a whole big 2 degrees. And with the wind chill, it is actually minus 15. So yes. Once again, it's on. It's very, very Tupac. What's going on, Nate? Solo Idolo in the house. Kiki. I used to really get that when he had his locks and I had braids in a similar style. Oh, got it all the time. But what's going on, Jay Howard? It's our official, not gatekeeper, but gate greeter. Gatekeeper sounds so negative in our woke society. Will there be one? There always will be one. What's going on, love? When I was younger, when I was in school, I used to get Heavy D a lot. And then once I came out of school and I transitioned into the church, I always got Fred Hammond. Always. I don't get it too often now. But it was funny though. Last summer I was in our downtown. I was pulling up for a Oddly enough, it was it's called Sunday Praise in the Park, and my church was participating, so we had to be there early. And so I pulled up trying to find a parking spot, and the guy was like, "Hey, are you Fred Hammond?" And I was like, I just bust out laughing. I was like, "No, I wish." I was like, "But it is not I." Shh, I wish though, if I had that not necessarily the notoriety, but the career. Yeah, I take it. See. Yes, y'all. Throw out y'all current temperatures in the chat, because like I said, we skated along pretty well as far as temperatures for a while. We didn't really catch any strays in November or December, but January is coming hard for us. So y'all drop y'all current temperatures and locations in the chat. I feel all YouTube creator. Drop your info in the chat. Drop it in the chat, people. Oh yeah, that's very YouTube content creator lingo-ish. Drop it in the chat. Jet, drop it in the chat. Jamming on the one. Living up to your name already. Good evening, everyone except sis. Q Petty, good to see you. Yes, remember I said we were gonna watch it together. So you was being hard headed and watch it on your own, but it's all right. Still love you. Olivera, what's going on, love? 43 in Southwest Georgia. All right. 37 in VA. Okay. 43 in Atlanta. 38 in Jersey. 2 degrees. Now you talking my language. And welcome, Miss Bonnie. Omar Billingsley, snowing in Louisville. Louisville, there we go. Luda. I see you right there with me. Houston 41, my favorite cynic in the place. Good to see you. Care Bear, good to see you as well. -4 in Kansas City, Missouri. All right now. 24 in Fairfax. Is it seriously -30? Or is that just like your designation between Philly and 30? Ooh. 47 in North Carolina. North Cracker-Lacker. Neptune. Yeah, I gotta I wasn't going to address that, but I forgot I wanted to, so thank you for the reminder. 28 in NYC. Woo. I can handle 28 though. I can handle that. 68. I would love 68 right now. Philly, 30 degrees. 10 degrees. Jeez. 37 in Texas. 53 in North Cali. Shiranda Darden. Good to see you, love. 28 in Maryland. Hey, Tracy. 47 in Mobile, Alabama. Romanica, good to see you as well. 18 in Dallas. Now how are you 37 in Dallas? And you 18 in Dallas? Is Dallas that big? Or is it wind chill versus actual temperature? Oh, guess to answer my question. -5 in Chicago and then -20 in the southern parts of Illinois. I don't know if we'll get through the whole episode because that's a 3 hour episode. We'll do what we can, but I think most of us have either seen it in its entirety or seen enough clips, you know. But yeah, we'll do what we can. Well, I mean, growing up in Michigan is not something that I'm not used to, but it just came all like a what we say a thief's in the night. No, thieves of a night. That's it, thieves of a night. The temperature came in because just last week it was like 40 something degrees, and it was like in the 30s and the 40s, and then literally overnight it just flipped. But like I said, I've grown up in Michigan all my life, so it's not new. 43 and La La, Stevie Weavy, good to see you, Easy. $15. Yeah, it's interesting when it's cold in the southern states. That was unheard of, what, 30 years ago? Hell, even 20 years ago, really. Woo 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 woo. Red and golden. -8. Yep. You know it's bad. I got a ceiling fan in this room because I stay warm. And I came in the other day. I was like, ooh, it's snipple. I was like, it's nipply in here. I looked down at my twins, and they was like, "Nah, cut that off." I cut the fan off, and I got on my jeans and some socks right now. It's that burr. Like I said, if I say it's cold, then y'all know it's cold because I stay warm throughout the year. So, Miss James, good to see you. 18 in Nashville. Do you want to discuss why you threw said phone at said wall? Is there some issues we need to talk about? Moonshine in the place. 44 in Augusta. Michelle, hello, hello, hello. That'll do it. That'll do it. Let's see who else. Anybody else I missed? Snowing in Alabama and Mississippi right now. Global warming. What is that? Climate control? Who needs that? What's the first thing gonna happen? Be in the mid-teen Wednesday here, South. Right, no big deal. Snowing in Georgia, 15 degrees in Texas. What's warming, schmorming. Going back to your houses, people. It's all good. We're more used to big. See? Yeah, because was that y'all that went through that mess last year with all the pipes bursting? Made national news. Sorry, got distracted. I just closed my window fully last night. Just closed my window, and I just turned I got a little desk fan, but it's kind of powerful at the other end of my room, and that boy circulates all year. I turned it down. I turned it down to keep some airflow in the house in my room. But yeah, I closed the window yesterday and I turned the fan down today. And that's like I said, because we -15. But if it gets above 0, again, it'll my fan will probably come back up. Let's see. Uh yeah, I just closed my window. I'm not ready. Well, the good news is we only got, like 2, maybe 2.5 months of winter if it acts right, and then we'll be hopefully like we haven't gotten any spring in the last couple of years. We go from like winter, we get like a week of spring, and then it just goes right to the summer temperatures, like 70s. It goes from like the 50s all the way to the 70s just real quick. I'm like, can I get a month of spring? Just wear a shirt and some jeans. Jesus Christ. You know what? I think people in the north, maybe a couple of years ago, we were laughing at the people in the south, like Georgia and Texas and stuff like that, but not anymore. Cause yeah, we see. I say especially was the last year when when they was showing all those pipes bursting, like the mall flooding, underground parking structures just flooding, people's houses was just destroyed. It wasn't a laughing matter at that point. So nah, we ain't laughing at y'all. We sympathizing with y'all at this point. So mm-mm. Like I said, I was it. I think it was like was it? Nah, it was 20. It was 2018. It's some years ago when I think Georgia shut down because they had like a half an inch of snow and the city just shut down, and we was up in the north like ah, like we walked to the beach and that. But then it was like, okay, we realized y'all don't have salt trucks, y'all don't have salt, because that's not traditional weather. So, you know, yes. So no. That's just called, being mature, and realizing everything ain't funny. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I got a phone call coming in. All right, sorry about that. Uh, using my beard. What do I use? Well, this is one of the things I use in my beard. Olive, ORS, olive oil, hair moistener, Jesus, moisturizing oil lotion. I use that, and then I use I went old school recently. I went back to Blue Magic, um, the Indian hemp, and what was it the Super Growth Grow. I use those, and then I also use tea tree oil. Yeah. Yep, that's it. like I said, I wash and condition and shampoo and stuff once a week, and then by halfway through the week, I'll just top it off with that olive oil moisturizer I just showed you, and that's it. Oh, and I do I do use a beard bonnet, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It wraps around you. It's a mask basically, but it covers that, and it has the silk satin lining to keep the moisture. Yeah, I do this for real. Let's see. Chef Sky, good to see you. Good sis BB. Always good to see you. Yes, hit that like button. And Miss Jamesetta, howdy, howdy. Glad you made it. Oh, no, bro. See, that's a damn shame. Trying to stay warm in Houston. All right. Let's see. All right. So before we get into tonight's entertainment, uh, do I need to go? Oh no, I don't have to. Ha ha. Okay. So I had to go to Facebook. I can stay on Instagram. Let me share this right quickie. Look here. Look, let me. I will go. I will show y'all my beard bond. Hold on. My beard body, y'all. So y'all think I'll be playing. So it's literally it's built like a mask. Open that boy up, and I'm good. And that way, it's just like y'all women's trying to protect y'all hair, stuff like that. So this ain't rubbing up against the pillows and uh causing breakage. And the interior is the silk satin lining, so it keeps the moisturize, keeps promotes moisture, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I use to maintain this wonderful beard, and I've definitely seen results because my beard ain't so dry um throughout the week, and it keeps it easy to style and maintain. So that is my secret. I wear a beard bonnet. I'm off. I'm off. My church is doing a men's breakfast in the morning for MLK, so I'll be making my appearance there. I know, right? It's very luxury silk interior. It does work, like I said. I didn't realize, because I mean, just like a regular dude. I brush and stuff like that, but I'm going to bed, and of course, you wake up and it's all going in 15 different directions, and it's matted down, and then you got to work extra harder to get it back in place. And then I was just randomly on Instagram and saw that. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I've been using it for about 3 or 4 years now. So yeah, Yeah. So any of my fellas out there with beards or any of my women's that got menses with beards, I would definitely especially if they got a thick beard or a heavy beard, I would definitely suggest looking into that. It works. It's satin, actually. What's the name of the place I use? It's on Instagram. I said it's a worthwhile investment, and it's only like $25, but it's rewashable, reusable, and stuff like that. See if I can find I get it from a specific place, and I bought for them so much they actually named a design after me, which I thought was kind of cool. Beard guard. If anybody's interested, it's beard guard on Instagram. So yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, fluff it out. Okay, enough about me. All right, so where were we at? We were looking at this thing right here. So this is a post from yesterday. 2024 continues to set the trend for our engagement together. Now we know somebody typed this out or was stolen from somebody else because that was a whole intelligent, coherent sentence, something that our good Roach knows nothing about. I'm just a young man from St. Louis, but my reach has proven to be powerful. No. Monthly, I am reaching over 12 million individuals. No. Thank you all for continuing to engage with me for social, community, and comedic posts. Not posts, as in plural, post. I'm excited about this year and looking forward to reconnecting with you all through live chats and in person meetups across the country. Now, you've been promising in person meetups for like the last 4 years and has not come to fruition yet, but okay. I'm also extremely excited to share that I have been selected to serve on the board for Facebook slash meta influencers. Let's continue to connect and spread positive vibes across the world. And then the next post is a picture of said board of Facebook and meta influencers, right? Okay, pretty diverse, sister with her rap, looks like, Karen Isha. Okay, we got our good hijab on. Okay, brother. She may be of Indian descent. Okay, Asian. Okay, a little Asian in the corner. Okay, older white man. Okay, we got it. It's pretty diverse. Okay, you got Steve over here in the corner. Okay, all right, we got it right. All right. So anybody else probably would just just go on about it but oh no, our good sis. Uh, are you there? Oh, somebody got to search for you. Why are you not coming up? Oh no, are you not in this profile? Oops. Well, anyway, our good sis. You tried it, Perline. I gotta find it. Hold on, give me a second. Of course, did some digging and some looking around. Here we go. Thought you was hiding from me. And we got the post. You know what I'm saying? But then, wait. Yeah, I would think I don't know technology. Okay. Board for, Facebook and meta influencers. Okay, same pictures, our diverse crew of peoples. Okay. But what is this? Palestinian civil society organizations raise alarm over the selection of Emmy Palmer, blah, blah, blah. This is Facebook's oversight board. Facebook oversight and Facebook slash Meta social influencer group. Those are not the same. Did we catch you up yet in another lie? And you're not that smart to snatch this picture for yourself because you don't know what half of these words mean. So someone is helping you put this together. Like we said, is it another Twatisha Black? Is it Twat Brown Jr.? But ma'am, I don't even think because I Googled it for a hot second. There is no board of influencers for Facebook Meta. I mean, could we have even tried to turn a new leaf in 24? Could we have either, cut back on the lies or made the lies a little more substantive, a little more solid? I mean, did we even try? Did we even try? I mean, Facebook Meta influencers. And I'm sorry, even if there is or was a board for Facebook Meta influencers, you don't nearly have the reach or the engagement to qualify to be on that board. They would want the top of the top. They would want people that pull in million engagements a month. You know what I'm saying? They would want people that pull in big numbers. Your Kai Sanats or what have you. You know, they are not looking at you at all. Thank you, Bishop Baltimore. Appreciate you. Oh, and who I'm meeting. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, if there and there may be something similar to that, because Facebook ain't stupid. They do their thing. They would definitely not be looking at you. They wouldn't. You don't have enough real followers because half your followers we know are bots. You don't have enough followers, you don't have enough engagement. You're not even a big enough name. So no, even if they did have that, you would not be on that. Sorry, drinking my rich people water. It's called Issei Issei Mutuan. You can't even pronounce it unless you have six figures in your account. It's called Issei Mutuan. It is a very highly coveted natural spring artificial water from the Alps of Houston. And you can only buy one bottle at a time. It's very rich, it's very expensive. It's hand delivered by a man named Jeeves. And like I said, you can't even pronounce it if you don't have six figures in your bank. So don't even try it. But and yeah, I'm speechless at this point because this is like, okay, this enough is enough. Okay. I mean, you got a few dollars, okay? You have some engagement via Instagram and Facebook, okay? You got your deal with the radio station, okay? Okay. Nobody's saying that you're broke. You got a few dollars. We all acknowledge that, okay? We're not stupid. Just be happy in that. You know what I'm saying? Be happy that you have a platform. You put yourself out there, you get seen by, a couple of people. That's really enough for you to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? In real life, any normal person would be content with that, okay? You know what I'm saying? You out there Monday through Friday, you're the subject of quite a few YouTube channels and posts and stuff like that. That honestly should be enough for the average person. But we all know that you're not the average person. And I still stick by the fact that you were lacking love, attention, and affection during your formative years. So now you desperately cling and scratch and strive for it in any way that you can. And you are a firm believer that attention is attention, whether it's positive or negative. You don't care. As long as the spotlight can be on you for 50 seconds, that's all that matters to you. And that's a very dangerous place to be. And that is definitely a dangerous mind frame, because that means that you will stoop to any level to garner attention. As long as somebody is saying your name, you don't care what it's for, i.e., wanting to fight the hotel clerk, i.e., wanting to fight a random white woman in the bakery, i.e., putting your hands on a homeless man not too long ago and forcing him to pray, i.e., you knocking some random white woman's phone out her hand, and now you got to go to court next month for it, i.e., all the lies that you tell, i.e., all the fake lovers that you make up. Just how about you take a moment, talk to the God that you profess, that you know and love so much. Read that word that you swear that you know. Get some self confidence, gain some self love, gain some admiration for yourself, and maybe the world may follow suit. Now, it is possible that it's a case of too little, too late, because you've been doing this for 10 years. But nothing beats a failure but a try. How about you learn to love yourself in 2024? Okay. How about you learn to stay in the lane that you have found yourself in? Be content with the little bit of fame and notoriety that you do have. And if you want to build upon it honestly. Do some actual endeavors, partner with some actual people, work with some actual businesses instead of the ones you always lie about, okay? Actually go chase that bag instead of just saying that you have the bag. How about that? Don't even count it as a New Year's resolution. Just count it as a life change. I mean, it's sad when you got to lie about the hair in your head and say it's yours when it's blatantly and painfully obvious that you purchased that hair and that it once sat on a horse in Nepal. I mean, the burnt ends and the rubber bands are a dead giveaway, and baby, that's a giveaway from the 90s. We're in 2024. Hair technology has come up quite a few levels. If you wanted to pay for it and disguise that, you could, but you're cheap. You were the same one who, when somebody talked about you, what was it? You were supposed to go on one of your feeding the homeless expeditions, and you said it was too cold and you don't own a jacket because you were too rich and too fabulous to own a jacket. All you do was own furs, and you were not going to go out and feed the homeless with your fur on because ugh, how below you is that? But aren't you wearing the same damn camouflage jacket for the last 2 years, and that same tired Michael Kors jacket, which by now just says "cuh," but you don't own a jacket though. You got 8 million in the bank, but you couldn't send one of your existing team members to go down to the local Sears to buy you a jacket so you can slum around and feed the homeless. I'll wait. You always talking about how you care about your city and the homeless is close to your heart and all this good stuff. And you got this big platform that quote unquote God has given you, and yet you never use it for anything positive. The only thing you use it for is to try to belittle, disrespect, and downgrade people, especially women, especially black women. Not once have I heard you on the radio say that you were hosting that you yourself, not the radio station, not one of your co-hosts, that you yourself were going to host a toy drive, a back to school fund, a Thanksgiving drive, anything. You yourself have never done anything like that. You piggyback on what other people are doing. Because what's that lady? Princess Stormy? Princess Stormy has run rings around you. She is always doing something with her platform. She is always giving back. Your idol, Candy Burris, that's your Ace Boon Coon best friend. Y'all hang out and get pedicures and manicures together. She is always giving back and doing something for the less fortunate or those in need. What are you doing? What are you doing with your money and your fame and your notoriety and your platform? Absolutely nothing. You think you running people down, but really you're just making yourself look like a fool at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you are nothing but entertainment and low level entertainment at that. You think you getting the last laugh, but the joke is on you actually. Might as well go on and get you one of them hats that got the three legs on it with the bells, because you are nothing but a court jester. You are the court jester of Kojic. People are not laughing with you, ma'am. They're laughing at you, and they're laughing hard. But the thing about it is that the joke is getting old, the joke is getting tired, and the joke is getting stale. There's a lot less laughter than there used to be. Now people are just shaking their head in disgust and apathy. You wonder why your views are so low now on Instagram, because people are tired. We've saying the same shtick day in and day out for the last 10 years. It used to be funny when you were just out here just preaching the gospel according to Cooch Caldwell. But now this newfound attitude that you got right now, this higher than mighty, I am bigger than thou attitude, it's a huge turn off. And you wonder why you can barely crack 175 views on your lives. And you got to resort to restarting fake beefs from 3 years ago with people who don't give a damn about you, bringing up actual celebrities, people's names just to garner some attention for your flagging and wavering platform. Because honest, if we want to be very honest, and I'm all about the honesty. You want to be really honest, if it wasn't for Hot 104.1, if it wasn't for MK, if it wasn't for League of Liars, if it wasn't for Apple Bonnet Chronicles, if it wasn't for me, you would be somewhere in the wayside like Shamar, climbing and clamoring for some attention. We keep you relevant. If you really want to know the truth of the truth of the truth, we keep you relevant out here in these streets. So instead of putting out fake cease and desists and lawsuits and paperwork and lying your ass off, you ought to be giving God some braids and some praise for us. If you really want to know the honesty truths of the honesty truths, 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 most of your engagement comes from us because people are out here like, I can't believe there's someone so idiotic and so stupid out here. They must be making it up. I got to go see for myself. And then they tune in and see that we are not exaggerating. The little bit of revenue that you do get from these social media platforms, you need to be splitting it with us. You need to send out a check to Delivering Doozies. You need to send out a check to League of Liars. You need to send out a check to Apple Bonnet Chronicles. You need to send out a matter of fact, you can go back and send a check to the Usher board. To Jay what? Okay. All right. I really did not mean to go off on that little tangent. So y'all forgive me, y'all excuse me. And no, I am not amped up on edibles. I have uh not had one in a week with this whole consecration. This is just me talking. But oh yeah, send out a check to somebody that said, hell, if we really want to get into it, you can send out a little check to Simply Put. You get a check. You get a check. You get an EBT card because you ain't worth shit. You get a check. You get a check. Everybody get a check because we are keeping you somewhat irrelevant. Gone are those days where you used to pull in 400 and 500 viewers in your lives. Like I say, you are lucky if you crack 175. And if I really want to be honest, the last year or so, most of your viewership on your lives came from me. You kept my name, my balls, and my dick in your mouth so much. People were tuning in and see what you was gonna say next. A lot of your views from the last year or so belong to me. You're welcome. You're welcome. I do try to give where I can, and I do care about the needy. I also care about the thirsty and the hungry. You're welcome. Let me take a sip of my Issey Moutoine water. I wasn't trying to clear the room, but I think I moved a little fabrication out of it. So, all right. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and watch. We'll say the first part of this Cat Williams interview. Like I said, we're not gonna make it through the whole thing, but yeah, let's go ahead and transition over.
Is a financial tech company. So
Okay, not
I
you,
bought everyone's gifts today.
This is the other side of Kirk Franklin prank. This is the reckoning. 2024.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay, the guy that's stopping by for conversation and a drink today. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to love him. Some call him the greatest, one of the greatest comedians, dead or alive. One of America's greatest entertainers, one of the funniest men on the planet, world-renowned, multi-talented, a comedy legend. He's the top touring comedian selling out arenas. He's a hilarious storyteller, Emmy award-winning actor, voice actor, rapper, writer, producer, director, icon, genius, a national treasure, philanthropist, humanitarian, social activist, a father, one of the great funny men of our generation and any generation, Mr. Katt Williams.
Thank you, sir.
How was that
magnificent. You are magnificent at intros, and you did not skimp on mine. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that. You know, anytime you come to Club Shay, we have to toast.
Yes.
bro, you've been doing it. I mean, you're one of the top tour. One of the top touring comedians of all time. You already got started before we started taping.
I did.
Appreciate that. Tell the people at home.
I thought they was lying, and yeah, this particular alcohol is stronger than you think it would be, probably by about 2, and unbelievably smoother and milder by the same maybe 30% than you could possibly expect. And unlike cognacs the world over, this one doesn't taste like wood at the end, and it doesn't taste like it's got artificial colors, and it doesn't taste like it's got artificial flavors. It's a fine product.
He's a connoisseur. You can tell he's a connoisseur. He's a cognac connoisseur. He understands the method that goes into making cognac.
Right. Well, as a comedian, you get free drinks at the club. So all comedians either turn out to be connoisseurs like myself,
right,
or straight up and down alcoholics like 60% of Hollywood.
Well, thanks for stopping by the club. I understand that you're very, very busy, and for you to take time out of your busy schedule and stop in today, we really, really appreciate it here at Club Shay Shay. So thanks for stopping by, Katt.
And I needed you to know why I came by.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guests. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate
that. And I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike. And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one... Why no... He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he... What? So Ricky Smiley knows this. And I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. But I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was going to play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm going to be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Oops.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018. You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was crushed when I found out. I mean, I knew before this, but I was crushed when I found out that impeccable high top afro, the half-fro was a man unit. Oh, I was crushed because that line was razor sharp. It was impeccable. So disappointed. Childhood crushed.
I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, baby, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way you. I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you.
Watch football
And
all season long, live and cable-free.
The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
Boom.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened. It's
You hear that, mother mildew Maybelline? When you are given a platform and you use it to lie, if the person you are lying on comes back and says, hold on, wait a minute, let me set the record gay, you can't blame that person. Lessons.
untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? 'Cause he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Katt, damn, you like this?
No, that's not.
Okay, what comedians do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just caught a stray.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. So why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light skin, weird face wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man, come on.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen. Amen.
Gee. I kind of get on there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the.
Now that is true, and it didn't really click until he said that. In the age that we live in, where news is readily available 24/7, somebody always got a receipt, a recording, a message, a DM, or something like that. You have never had anyone come out to say or to corroborate that Katt Williams is using substances or that he's drunk. It's just been rumors and speculations, but there's never been anything remotely corroborative about that. That just really dawned on me. Checkmate.
The studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan, to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that no one's ever heard. Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. Like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. That Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A., he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Don't pay a rate based on someone who drives like this.
And Kevin Hart literally did come out of nowhere with Soul Plane.
He was
Never heard of him before. And he had a sitcom. Was it right before that? Yeah, right. I think right before
on February 14th.
He had a sitcom. It really
discovered
didn't
the
do anything.
comeback.
It made no waves. Yeah, that is unheard of.
He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you got to be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not going to have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay. Let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we'll get some...
I want to protect it real quick because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make
sure. No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealer.
Cedric.
Okay,
so you had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong,
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here and I asked him about the joke stealing and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes, but then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship.
It's our phone bill.
And
we pay for things that we don't need.
That's a bit dramatic.
The good sister down to the TikTok
a better plan to save is Verizon.
Out
That's right. Plans start at $25 per line, guaranteed for 3 years.
That is
only on
actual
Verizon.
And factual.
She looked at me like, do you think you can commit to me? And I just looked at her and said,
that's why I said you can't get away with nothing.
You'll probably need a hip.
Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times and Katt didn't do as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Can you believe we're this deep into the NFL season? We got to make every second count. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can make the most out of every game day. Bet on your favorite teams for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting $5 on any matchup. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use code Shannon. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on the NFL. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Shannon. The crown is yours. Let's get to your upbringing. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, raised in Dayton, Ohio. What was Katt Williams' upbringing like? Your parents were Jehovah's Witness. You were a prodigy. You were brilliant. You talked to me that you got accepted to college at 7 years of age. You could read fluently at 3 years of age. So having that kind of knowledge, having that kind of prodigy, what was your upbringing? How was it? How was life as Katt Williams coming up?
I was often confused because I knew things and I wasn't sure how I knew them. I knew things that I felt like I don't have a reason that I know this, but I love to read. I was voracious because they told me when I was young that knowledge was powerful. That knowledge was power, and I had studied powerful people, and I really believed that. I immediately. My next project was to read the whole encyclopedia set. So when you're like 6, 7 years old, you read the whole encyclopedia set. You think you're one of the smartest people in the world, right, only to get out in the world and find out you don't know anything, you know? So it was a confusing time, but yeah, I had a childhood. I was grown, but I at 5 years old, I was in front of 10,000 people giving a performance with a full suit and tie on. You know what I mean? So yeah. It came full circle for my life. I knew that the applause and the giving of information and laughs and truth to people somehow benefited them and also benefited you. And yeah, so when they would ask me what I wanted to be, everything that I would say that I wanted to be was something that didn't exist. And they would never give me credit for it because I needed to say a doctor or a lawyer, but that's not what I wanted to be.
So your parents weren't as supportive as you would have hoped because you were wanting to be things when you got older that they had no knowledge of, or it didn't exist at the time?
No, it wasn't that. It was... I'm saying I'm almost 100 years old right now, but if we go outside right now, I can run a 4.340 or sub. I can do a 4.16 if I'm.
Oh, there's Jimmy John's across the street. We can order a sub.
But
you've been on the submarine. That what you sub?
So back then it was even greater. So you got this guy that all the coaches want to play.
Man, Katt, don't do that.
Hold on, because I'm 5'5" in the 5th grade. I've been this size my whole life. Like there was a portion of school where I was one of the big dudes. Like as soon as everybody caught their growth spurt, I was out of there. But I'm saying I was a competitive individual. My father was an athlete.
I can see that.
Like no, I've been 145 pounds my whole career. That's why I never bothered when they said, your Katt's on drugs. I knew, how you gonna prove that? my body is a temple.
I've been the same size since I was 10.
Like, what do you? Yeah, like I haven't changed off this pivot foot. This has always been who I was before stand up or anything. But it was an interesting childhood. I appreciate my parents, even though I couldn't live within the religious frameworks of what they had set up. But that was more not wanting to live a double life and not want to embarrass my family. You know what I mean?
Because I read where a form of punishment for you is that they would take books because you mentioned you were such a voracious reader. And a form of punishment was when they would take the books for them because you could read fluently. You told me how at like 3 or 4 years old, you could read, not just a little child's book, but you could read.
Well, I'm saying when we go to Haiti to do missionary work, understand that my mother and my father, nobody that's there with us speaks French. And I mean, it speaks Creole and reads French. So I'm in charge of everything from the housing to the cars to the gardener. Like I'm saying, so I'm not just reading, I'm reading in multiple languages. Like
how old are you?
I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12. No fiction books at all. I'm only reading nonfiction.
You could drive. At 12, you received a full scholarship to the National Science Academy in Dayton, Ohio, but you failed, so you would become ineligible. Why didn't you want to take that opportunity?
I didn't see it as an opportunity. When I got in there, all the students were wearing lab coats and it seemed very confined and restricted and nobody seemed like they were having fun. It just seemed like everybody was smart. I didn't want that. That wasn't what I was signing up for at all. And plus, I thought that Jesus was my big homie. So you know how you get a story about a dude joined the gang and you get a big homie, right? Like at this particular point in my life, my thought is that the Bible is the greatest book that's ever been written.
Okay.
That it houses the truth and that it gives you this story of Jesus and that I'm supposed to be like him.
Okay.
So it's already in my head that as soon as I get 13, I'm leaving.
You at 13, you not only like, okay, mom, I'm moving out. You moved from Ohio to Florida on your own. You weren't afraid. I mean, you like, did you?
Hold on.
So what were you going to do when you got to Florida?
Don't say I wasn't afraid. There's no such thing as a human being of not being afraid.
Okay.
There are certain human beings that understand that being afraid in no way stops you from doing what you got to do.
Okay.
So I was afraid, but I couldn't be that afraid because I knew what had happened with Jesus. I knew how it worked out. I knew that I wasn't in the wrong with how I was feeling, and I knew that I didn't have any bad intentions in it.
Right.
So I trusted God that it would work out.
Why Florida?
Because if you're raised in Ohio, the one thing on your list is, I'm going to get away from snow, and I'm going to get as far... I want to go, tell me the place. I literally went to a truck stop and I asked all the truck drivers where they was going. And there was one guy going to California and there was one guy going to Florida. And they told me how long it was going to take. And so that's why I ended up in Miami. Because...
How'd you get there? You caught a bus?
No, I just told you. I was at the truck stop.
So you hitchhiked?
I didn't hitchhike. I got in the back of the dude's 18-wheeler, me and my Rottweiler puppy and my suitcase. Yeah, because I probably had $2,500 on me. Like I was shoveling snow and cutting grass. Like I always had pockets full of money.
When did you make the decision that you were going to leave Ohio and go somewhere? And it ended up being Florida. So, but when did you know that you were leaving Dayton, Ohio, going to Florida?
Watch Super Bowl 58. Live
So, of course,
on CBS,
some
with
people
YouTube
have
TV.
called
Try
Katt
it
on
free.
some of the
Terms
stuff,
apply.
like
Cancel
reading the
anytime.
3,000 books per year and
Hello.
being accepted to college at 7 and stuff like that. And the main point was that Well, he is a comedian and he is an entertainer. So within that, there is going to be a lot of there's going to be enough embellishment mixed in with the truth to create a fascinating, worthwhile story. So, like everything he said was not 100% factual, but you get it.
And my father and I's last interaction, somebody could have not made it. And we both understood that was all bad.
What was the disagreement about?
If you say that my family is very religious, just say I'm not. So anything that I'm going to do is going to fall out of the guidelines.
Right.
But I'm not going to let you tell me what I'm going to be, especially if what you're saying is wrong. I can't condone wrong. And if I find out that something is wrong and I tell you it's wrong and you don't back me, that's what it is.
Even as a young child, you were willing to tell your parents that some of the things that you're saying doesn't coincide with what I've been reading in the Bible.
No, very simply. Don't try to disfellowship me for sexual acts and I'm a virgin. Sorry, God don't make mistakes. You don't get 2 times to fuck me over. What do you mean you went to God and he told you I was guilty? You just lied on God.
But
so long.
He was reading
That's it. There's no
books.
conversation. Deuces.
So, he was.
That's
so
what it was.
That's when you made the decision. After that conversation right there, you say, "No, I can't live under this roof."
It wasn't a conversation. It was an altercation. In the altercation, I love my father. My father loved me. But we are 2 men at it. It'll never be the same again. You can't sleep comfortably around me. And I can't sleep comfortably around you.
How similar are you to your father?
I don't know. He's a great man. I'm saying
because it seems like y'all butted heads.
Right, but I'm saying that generally happens with a father-son dynamic. It was just that religious relationships are always difficult in families. They always are.
Before it got to the point, because the dynamic, he's father, your son. Before that dynamic and you step up on his level and you challenge him, you felt it was best for you to leave.
No. I'm not being challenged. I'm being beat to death.
Oh, he was abusive.
I didn't say that. I said we were in an altercation.
I see what you did there. I saw what you did there, Katt. Yeah. I saw what you did. You was in an altercation. You didn't say you lost. You said you was in an altercation.
I in no way gave you the impression that I won anything. I'm the one leaving. I'm out of bounds. This is his house.
Right.
Yeah. So as long as I'm going to be under his roof, there are certain things that I'm going to have to do.
Right.
And the only way that's going to change is either this or that. And I'm saying I had 2 younger brothers. Like I'm not an unreasonable person. Like I don't have any mental issues whatsoever, despite what they lead people to believe. I make pretty good decisions.
Were you not? So how was their relationship with your father? Were you not afraid to leave them?
Well, I asked because it went all the way to the actual department. So it was actually going to be something. And when I asked them if they could just make sure that my brothers didn't get separated and what have you, they said they couldn't make those type of guarantees, that they weren't really sure what would happen if this went down. And so part of leaving was the hope that it would be okay for them, because none of them experienced what I experienced. I'm saying I'm the oldest. It's a lot riding on me. I'm supposed to at least religiously hold down the family's name at this household. Right. You know what I mean?
How much older are you than the baby and the knee baby?
Like a lot older. Like if I'm
12, 13.
Yeah, they're 5. And in Pampers.
Wow. You go to Florida. You tell the story of you were homeless. And somebody else told the story, said they were homeless, and you said they hijacked your story. Now I don't.
At 13, I shouldn't have to tell you I'm homeless. I'm in Miami, Florida. I have no family members in Florida. I couldn't buy a house if I wanted to. I couldn't get an apartment if I wanted to. I don't have a credit history. Like, this is not a stretch for me to say that I'm homeless. I'm living in a park in Coconut Grove. The park still exists to this day. For 8 hours a day, I would get up and go to the library and study for 8 hours a day to increase my education. And then I would leave out of there and go to the marina and steal car radios and make $2,000 almost daily. Like, I had a routine.
So you really could have played that Santa old thief and Santa Claus. You could have played it.
No, the Santa Claus wasn't a thief. The Santa Claus, you can't tell me. I read the script. Ricky Smiley told you he didn't read the script. The Santa Claus was a crackhead. He just had that outfit on. That's what I couldn't have played.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't have played a black guy that got raped in the bathroom.
Right. So at any point in time, did you like, man, I made a mistake, man. I should have stayed my butt in Ohio, man, because this ain't what I signed up for.
I didn't experience anything once I left home that I hadn't signed up for. If anything, it saved my life. Me being homeless for that small period of time allowed me to see all of the people that were in that situation and to see that these were lawyers and doctors and teachers, and that these people were white and black and Asian and Indian. And the only thing that all of these homeless people had in common was they made a bad decision and aligned themselves with drugs. And I interviewed them all. What drug? What? And guess what, Shannon? Nobody had a great story. Nobody had a great story of what meth had done for them, what crack had done for them, what cocaine had done for them, what heroin had done for them, what speed had done for them. Nobody had them stories. Everybody's story was, I had my life together. And then I decided to do this dumb thing. And I lost my wife. I lost my house. I lost my cars. I lost my reputation. And I'm now out here sucking penis in the woods. No. What? Talk about scared straight. You ain't got to worry about me. If it ain't weed or nicotine, you won't see me touching it. I don't want no parts. I done seen what these things can do to people. Anything that take over your free will is the devil itself.
Oh, no. Have you ever thought about what your life would have been had you stayed in Dayton, Ohio?
Don't pay a rate based on someone who drives like this.
I had to find me some pearls so I could clutch them. Oh.
Take notes, I'm not going to repeat myself.
All because you wanted to experiment and try a little something new. Oh.
No, that's like asking somebody that's in the NBA for 14 years, like, what would have happened if you didn't come to the NBA? Oh, I shudder to think. I thought it was what I was made for. I thought it was what I was built for. Anybody that knows me will tell you that when they first met Katt Williams, when I was Cat in the Hat, and they tell these stories about how he changed his name. Look, the truth of the matter is Disney sued me. Yeah, I was Cat in the Hat. They sent me a cease and desist letter, and I'm not even making $25,000 a year. And the mega company Disney has sent me a cease and desist telling me I can't use any variations of that name. Fine, I'm Katt Williams. That's all that happened. I have been this same product the entire time. They will tell you when they first saw me doing stand-up, I was just like this. This is what I bring. This is my style.
When did you know were you always funny? Did you always want to be a comedian? Did you stumble on a comedianship?
No, I loved what they did. And so I studied them, all of them. I studied all of the white comedians because I wanted to know, why is Monty Python funny? Why is Don not so talented? I wanted to know what is George Carlin's thing? Like, so I studied all of the comedy masters, regardless of the field, because I loved to laugh. I didn't know that these people were making a great living at doing this. I thought this is just what they did. They tell jokes. They're funny people, but I loved the craft. And that's why when I got into the craft, I thought it was my obligation to make sure that I kept writing new material so much that it forced these comedians to stop doing the set they've been doing for 10 years and keep writing some new stuff. And I knew that if I could get that to take on, that most of these bums would have to just quit comedy because they can't keep up. They're not going to keep writing an hour worth of material.
Right.
I've written an hour worth of material 19 times. They're not going to do it. Why? Because they're not creative writers. They want to get somebody else and have them write it and put it together.
So if I'm listening to you correct me if I'm wrong. I think the best thing that ever happened was the internet, because now they have to. Because normally, like you said, you could do a set and you do that set in Kansas City. People ain't heard it in San Francisco. People ain't heard it in Miami. They ain't heard it in Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, so forth and so on. Now you do a set, it's on the internet. Somebody heard it. So you can't do a set and make it last 3 months, 4 months.
Well, it doesn't allow the regular comic the ability to grow is the real problem. Like, the part of comedy is me taking these jokes in January, and by March, I've begun to craft this joke.
Okay.
It's not as simple as it was. When I wrote it, it was just da-da-da-da-da. But now it has the complexities of the fact that I'm having to deliver this to an East Coast audience, a down South audience, a Midwest audience, a Utah audience, a Colorado audience. And so it begins to take on a different complexion because you're having to deliver it to different people.
Okay.
And so this is what sharpens your joke. You then take those sharpened jokes and make a special. Not you just randomly take some. So it's a process. You don't allow them to process if the first time the guy did the joke, now that's his joke and the joke is everywhere. That just sets it up for people to steal.
So how many times must you tell a joke before you master it?
How many times have you had to sleep with a woman before you're done with her? That's not fair. If it's great, never. if it ceases to have usefulness, so it has been spoken. Right.
I read that you was raised in Florida. You had some help, some ladies of the night.
No.
That's not true.
No, that whole story doesn't take place in Florida. That story takes place in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So after I'm in Florida, I then join, I try to join the Marine Corps and they won't accept me because I'm too young, and I've lied and told them I'm 16 and my family's moving down and I don't have my ID, but it's coming. And so they let me go to the boot camp. That's not going to work now. Okay. So I've learned that lesson. So then I get this job selling stuff door to door. Across the country. And so I've been to all 50 states. Again, I'm 14 years old. So I did that. While I'm doing that, one of the places I'm in Oklahoma. And I've decided I'm going to stay here because of meeting these ladies that you're talking about and that situation. I don't know at the time why that's important in my life or why it's something I should be doing.
Ladies
or
of the
any
night
of that.
is such
But now later on, it certainly
man.
helps me in formulating Money Mike for Friday After Next.
Right.
And a pimp named Slickback for the Boondocks.
Oklahoma, so San Francisco, Oklahoma, Sacramento. From Florida, you moved to the West Coast. So you traveling. When did you set up shop on the West Coast? How old were you then?
So I guess I'm 18 or younger, and I once I have a child, I realized that I can't. It's a lot of things that I could use to make money that now is a no-go. So anything with street aspirations that I might have thought about pursuing or been good at, I now am a single parent and I gotta redo this thing. So I need comedy to really work out for me.
Right.
And me and God go into extreme conversation where
Wonder if
I'm
the
explaining
baby's
to
mother
him
was one of the
that I'm a
ladies
crash
of
out
the
dummy
night.
if he don't send me a lifeline. Like I need something I can hold on to. Before I had left Florida, I did stand up one time because we was trying to get in the club. I didn't have ID. So I said I was a comedian. They ended up having me do 5 minutes. But I kept that in my head that I had done that. When we get to Oklahoma, they're having a competition for stand up. And if you win, you get to go out on the road with Jeff Foxworthy and Dan Whitney, who is Larry the Cable Guy, and Richard Jenny, and these great comics. You get to open for them. And once I did that, I realized, okay, as a comedian, I'm like way behind schedule. I done started this too late. All the funny guys are already funny and known names. Like, how am I going to progress? So I realized that I do better with a white audience than I do with a black audience. And I'm not sure why that's occurring, but the white audience likes me more. That's interesting. So when I moved to Sacramento, it's because Sacramento has a white and a black audience almost 50-50. That's almost the makeup of Sacramento. So I live in Sacramento for 2 years until I get to the point where I am equally as funny if the room is black as I am if the room is white. That's not enough. Now I need to be one of the good ones when it comes to black comics. So now I have to move to Oakland, and that's what lands me in Oakland for 3 years. Once I have dominated male black comedy in Oakland to my liking, now I'm prepared to go to Los Angeles now. Now I know you can't throw me any curveballs. If it's a white audience, if it's a black audience, no matter what they are, I'm prepared to deal with all of the audiences.
Do you write jokes according to the audience that you're going to be in front of, or is your joke universal?
Well, in the beginning, part of my framework is that I'm tailoring every show to this audience. And that's how I was able to show my range and show that I was better than my competitors, is that I'm Katt Williams, but I was still doing clean comedy. So I was still going to churches and doing 45 minutes of stand-up at the church with no curse words, no sex, drug material, no none of that, just straight stand-up. And then I was doing everything else. And at
the regular club.
Yeah, that was the range, is that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So that's how I started. But as you begin to get better, you begin to be able to speak to your entire fan base. And that's really what's been helpful, is that I've been having the same conversation with my fan base for 12 comedy specials.
Is that what set Katt Williams apart? Is your range? Is that you can do a comedy, do 45 minutes in the church. I can go to a comedy club in front of 250, or I can go into an arena with 15,000.
Get up to 6 accounts per household and unlimited DVR space included.
All right, so I think I'm going to pause the interview here
Try it
because, again,
free.
it is
Terms
a very
apply. Cancel
long
anytime.
interview. So we can
Nothing
pick
like a
this
little
up,
confidence boost to help ease you back into the
tomorrow.
dating scene.
You guys
It also
like,
includes
let me
having
know
a
in the
smile you
comments.
feel good about.
And I want to go ahead and switch over real quick because we were about to wrap this up. So yeah. But yeah, so far that's a pretty good interview. So like I said, if y'all want to see the rest of it, let me know in the comments, and we can pick this up tomorrow, because I don't have any plans tomorrow. And other than my men's breakfast in the morning, I'm going to be in the house chilling because it's cold and I don't have anywhere to go. So yeah. So where do I want to go next? La da da. All right, this is quick. So let's go ahead and play some LOL content. It's live reactions from the 10th and the 12th. Let's go ahead and play that, and then I think we'll wrap it up for the evening. Shout out to Legal Liar.
Okay, Tiffany, we are on live right now. Tell them what we're talking about right now.
So it's Wednesday, and we're talking about we're having a White Dude Wednesday.
Okay.
Why do men do this? Why do women do that? And mine is, why do men call women crazy after you got?
Notice it's still live under the home team and not him.
We think we're our emotions. We can't help it. It gets on our nerves.
Soapbox time, soapbox time. It's time for soapbox time. Soapbox time, soapbox time. It's time for the soapbox.
League is sick, so I will be doing soapbox time today. Just like acting as if men can't control themselves and therefore must cheat, women being quote-unquote emotional creatures does not make it okay to destroy someone's property or assault them. This isn't a case of being provoked. This is a case of no self-control. At some point as an adult, you have to learn how to walk away. I know that League has never once thought of destroying someone's property because she was angry. Now destroying her own property is a different story. I know she has.
Okay, that's enough of that.
But I think
y'all craziness gets on y'all nerves.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Because sometimes we can't control our emotions.
You don't know what to do if it's still.
Sometimes we need to be accountable. Listen,
They said because she said because we are crazy. Women are crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it does not negate the fact.
It does.
If you
because I'm not naturally
because I made you crazy, that don't negate the fact that you still crazy.
No, because I wouldn't have did it if you didn't provoke me.
Okay.
If you didn't provoke me, I wouldn't have did. That's like you smacked me in.
I heard some people talking about my jacket and why I wear it all the time. For your information, contrary to the rumors and speculations, we got it at Mary the Other Day, so that's why you will always see it all the time.
Do you, Andrew, take this camo Nike jacket to have and to hold from this day forward? For better, for worse, for richer, for poor?
Bitch, get it into the sleeveless, backless. All right. Lost a few pounds in my waist for and now you feeling confident. Go ahead. You better show off those shoulder meats and the upper arms and all that good stuff. I know you got that girdle on there because we know you got that thing strapped down in that white gown. And speaking of, man, why are you wearing white? you should be wearing gut bucket skis or jet black. Never white should touch that body. Just ran through. Never mind.
Or in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until death do you part.
I do. Remember, you watching me, I'm not watching you.
My soul say yes. I didn't mean to come out here like a madman, but when I begin to think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. I thank God for saving me. Some of y'all should have been gone way before the new year started. But God brought you this far. Some of y'all could have lost your mind. Some of y'all done lost your mind. Your mind. Some of y'all done lost your mind. Your mind. Some of y'all done lost your mind. In a minute, you cry. Somebody out here is dealing with a cult. Somebody out here telling them don't believe in God, but God is not dead. He's still alive. Jesus. Everybody that's on this live, just know whatever you are going through on today, you can make it. Oh, you can make it. I felt led. You just need to shut up. I felt led by the Holy Ghost to come on live because God has given us the power and given us the victory to overcome Satan. And you got power to cast out demons. You say, well, Brother Andrew, how do I got power to cast out demons? That means you must set aside everything that's not like God. Fast, pray, consecrate. Then you must ask God, give me the gift so I can lay hands. Because I'm tired of people sad. I'm tired of people sick. I'm tired of death. Death is only in the room or only in the midst because we have not asked. Some of y'all are getting tired and tired.
So I wonder if he knows that death is inevitable. Everyone will have their time and place where they leave this mortal coil and they transition to wherever it is, they believe they're going to go. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Day by day because you're tired of life. And I'm here to let you know I speak life back into you. Oh yes, I speak life back into you. Ain't going nowhere.
I wish you could speak life into that hairline. You claim that you can lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. You need to lay hands on that hairline. Though it has been deceased for so long, this may be the one time you're unable to perform a resurrection. That's resurrection in Caldwellian.
And we must pray. We must pray fast, seek God. I'm not saying all religion, act like you in the room like you so holy, then die.
It's thou, goddammit, thou, not thy.
But I'm telling you to walk in victory. Walk in victory. And once you begin to walk in victory, you must go ahead and build. I'm about to get off this live, but I'm speaking to somebody right now. Build up. I said build up your anointing. How do I build up my anointing? All the hell you've been through. All the tests, trials, and tribulations. Lay hands. Anointing means you can go into the bank and say, I need this, I want that, and it will happen. And he don't care how your credit look. He don't care how much money you got. You can ask, and you shall receive. Ask, and you shall receive. Ask, and you shall receive. Ask.
Can you stop pointing that lobster claw at me, please?
Don't always go to God as a giving person. He's a giver, but he's not just going to give you anything. You have to ask, you have to pray, and it must be in his will. It must be in his will.
So I guess it's not about asking if it must be in his will. So ask and you shall receive should not be used as a declarative statement.
That you may be blessed. You can ask God for a car, but did that car get repoed, the last one? You asking God for a car, but how trashy your last car was? That's my question. How trashy it was. And then once you begin to pray and ask God for that thing, it's in his will. Let your will be done. So he might give it to you. But are you going to take care of it?
It appears as if the Scammicus views God as a stern parent, one who takes away your phone because you didn't clean your room. I always find it interesting that some of those that believe choose to believe in a vengeful God that punishes believers for small mistakes while allowing evil to propagate unchecked. I myself don't believe in a vengeful God, so I just find it interesting. Carry on.
That's my question. Are you going to take care of it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So don't always look at God as a giver. Look at him as a healer. Look at him as a deliverer. Do I have anybody on this live that's saying, Lord, I just want to be delivered? Don't y'all get tired of lying? Don't y'all get tired of coming on here with hate in your heart? Don't you just get tired of all the shooting? Well, sought the Lord, and I heard my cry. Oh, taste.
Outside of that shooting piece, I mean, we could really ask you the same thing. Don't you get tired of coming on here lying and lying and lying and lying some more? Don't you get tired of coming on here with hate fuel rants under the guise of Jesus when it's more so Jesse, one of your other personalities? Don't you get tired of smelling your own breath? Don't you get tired of your jackets being moist from all that spit that comes out of your mouth when you be hooping and hollering, talking about Jeebus, coming in a whole sign, not a bye, CK. Ain't you tired of that? I mean, can we leave that in 23, please?
Taste and see that the Lord is good. And my question before I end this live, when was the last time you fast? You say, Brother Andrew, I don't know how to fast. Can you help me? All you got to do is give up breakfast, give up dinner, give up lunch, and say, Lord, don't go around the whole building. Everybody in your work don't need to know. Don't call everybody in the church. They don't need to know you're fasting. That's a secret thing. Nobody should know. Because at the end, I'm teaching I'm about to cheat somebody. Oh, yes. At the end, you will see results. We know when a person fasts, a person that fasts constantly. I know when I know a person that fasts. You don't have to go around the whole world and post on Instagram and Facebook that you're fasting.
Yeah, I do that. You don't need to do that.
Do it secretly and watch God do it openly. He's going to bless you openly. All right? When's the last time have you fast? I want you guys to fast. Set aside everything and put aside every weight and put aside every food, every drink, everything that you know you constantly on. Maybe you need to give up Facebook and Instagram for a month. So you have, and then some of y'all will pray about something and go back and revisit. Once you begin to pray, you must leave it at that prayer, wherever you prayed at. Learn how not to revisit.
Unless you pray at the bathhouse.
That's like you trusting in God, but you don't really trust in him. The things that we are going through, God will test us. He's trying to see how strong our faith.
You insist on tap dancing on my last nerve. Month and faith end in an H. It's not month and fate.
And always remember, he never told you this world would have been easy.
And also remember that God and or Jesus will never test you. Jesus does not believe in test. Jesus believes in free will. You have a choice, and you know that depending on what choice you make, this is going to be the outcome and the consequence. Choose you this day. He doesn't force you to do anything. He doesn't test to see if you're going to do this and, oh, you failed. Okay. No, that's not what Jesus does. But of course, if you had a semi-relationship with the word, you would know that.
All right. I love you guys. Thank y'all for loving me. God bless you. God bless you. And if you are going through anything off this live, you chose to, because I came on here to encourage you all on today. All right? Leave it to God and don't revisit it. Bye-bye.
Hell no.
Okay. Say it one more time.
He said, I know you heard me say it time and time again that they would rock your world and change
I
your
know this.
mind.
Can you say it in the tone that he said it? Can you just say it in the tone?
I know you heard me say it time and time again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let y'all come on.
Okay. This helps.
Come on.
And change your life.
Well,
and
Girl, sit down. Don't get off me.
Ooh, comment to steal.
Tyrese, girl.
No, I said it when you stopped interrupting me.
Call it.
I know it. I know you heard it time and time again. You just change your life.
Come on, wig.
I know. I had it.
Adjust that wig. Adjust it.
I thought you had because
Ooh, comment to steal.
I did.
It's Omarion.
Yes.
Omarion.
Yes. It's
Omarion.
Don't say it like you're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
We're gonna let the caller say it.
Why did you do me like that? You dirty motherfucker.
I'm not.
Yo, good morning.
You know what? I don't want to hear this.
Good morning.
I don't even want to hear this.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to her. She don't want to hear it, though. Talk to her.
Speed up.
I know you heard me say it time and time again. That they will rock your world and change your life.
Come on, is it?
Because you make a nigga
Wanna get involved? Wanna get your job?
God, I knew it. I knew this. I knew this.
Come on, wig.
Come on, let her know what it is, please.
Was it Marcus Houston?
Hell no. Get off my phone.
Girl.
Yo, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Are
morning.
you gonna help her out?
It's by Amari.
Girl, I
Girl,
knew that
girl.
Andrew kept messing with me.
What?
You did.
I ain't messing with your brain.
Distraction.
Wig. No wig. Come on, wig.
Good morning.
Let her know what it is.
I had it. Shreddy, you know I had it. Don't you know I had it?
The epitome of masculinity. Eye roll.
I promise you I was getting ready to say that like you posing for a White Diamonds commercial. Yes, it is me. Start, stage, screen, television, and bathhouses everywhere. You want to look like me? You can't, but you can come dangerously close. What's my secret? I'll tell you. It's White Diamonds. And being sprayed in the face with milk and random other liquids. You too can be like me, but not really.
Don't you know I had it?
By Amari.
Girl, I knew that.
Box.
Come on, wig. Get over here, wig.
Know what it is, please.
Was it Marcus Houston?
Hell no. Get
Get off of here, wig. Look at wig, y'all.
I knew that Andrew kept messing with me.
Come on, wig. Get over here, wig.
I had it. You know I had it.
The word today is, come on with. Oh.
No word for the last 7 years.
What was that little move? Oh, yes. Now drop it, baby. Drop it. Oh, drop. Drop it, baby. Drop it, baby. Oh.
Let me hear you scream. Oh, y'all niggas singing to each other too? Y'all gonna sing to each other? Go ahead. I know that's what's coming. Go ahead. I wanna watch. Let me hear you scream. Oh. Whoa. Y'all niggas gonna sing to each other?
Definitely know how to get low, honey.
Jealous.
In the name of Jesus. We're gonna get shorty next to.
Because you know, if you try to not like that, you're gonna bust your ruler and your
It's more like this. Nigga, hold up. Hey. Say for your. Let's get this thing cracking.
Was he low key trying to do a body roll in that chair?
Bounce, baby.
Was I seeing things?
Say for your.
No, sweetie. He is trying to do a little body roll in the chair. Gonna body roll your stuff on that floor.
Bounce, baby, bounce. Bounce. Y'all give me a freak.
Don't fix your mouth and tell me no. Trust that bottom jump for me and just love.
Really? Stop it, shorty.
Not the tongue.
I'm on the ball.
Shorty, you look uncomfortable while you are dancing. Maybe you should take off your shirt while you do that to be more
Hey, St. Louis, this is Mayor Tashara Jones. I really enjoyed it. Huh? I did. Yeah, you did.
Wigs are everywhere, honey. Wigs are everywhere. They said, "Think, shorty." I had to get it, y'all. Sometimes when they just overcome, when you get in that moment, just feel that moment. Don't worry about nothing else. Nothing else matters but that moment. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Back on Reed's Skate program.
Hi, y'all. Hi, K Queen. Hi, Cupcake Cutie. Coffee with Kanye. How you doing? Okay, shorty. We did it. I mean, it was all right. All right. Anyway. How to.
You know, I can appreciate Tiffany Fox because unlike a lot of her counterparts, she is not super offensive with the middle-aged hairs. Slightly outside of the baby hair faction. I'll give her high school hairs. Yes. She's not offensive with the high school hairs. Unlike some of these other people that be, they baby hair start from the middle of their head and land just below their eyes. More like hospice care hairs. So I can appreciate Tiffany for that.
Queen's Cafe, how you doing? Thank you, Miss Melanin. Thank you, girl. Make sure y'all follow me at 1Tiffany Fox with 2 X's. And make sure y'all download the Odyssey app. Y'all can just do that right now. Okay? I gotta
All my life.
Every leap forward starts.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining my party. It has been a blast. Like I said, we can probably pick up the rest of the Katt Williams interview tomorrow. Like I said, because I'm not doing anything and I'm not going anywhere other than this breakfast in the morning. And it's not 100% guaranteed I'm gonna make it there because at 12:01 midnight, I'm popping me one of these little gummies because I've had a semi-trying week, but it's all good. But I need that relaxation in my head, and I'm gonna try to find me a chicken joint that's open at midnight. Because when I've been saying I've been craving some chicken, and we've been on this no meats, no meats, no sweets, no treats thing. And when I'm saying I need to crunch into a piece of dead bird, it is like it's yeah. So I'm gonna try to find a place that's open. If not, I'm gonna have to take my chicken ass to bed and just try in the morning. But anyway, yeah. Again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Love you all as always. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay warm out here in these streets. Stay safe. If you don't have to go outside, please do not go outside because it is treacherous and tragedious out here. So, look here. I think this is the first. This is the longest I've gone without eating any kind of poultry or fish or anything. I was like, it's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. But I do want a chicken stranger. I need at least one in my life. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't bad. I forgot that seafood counts as the meat, and I went out to eat the other night, and they had this grilled shrimp salad with cranberries and dry walnuts. I was like, ooh, that sounds so damn good. And then I was like, ooh, I can't have the shrimp. So just give me everything else. Still turned out to be good, but it did, that one little shrimplet would have just really hit the spot. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. But yeah, I do need a chicken stranger in my life. But it is good to know that I can go at least a week without any type of meat. That's kind of cool because, like I said, I've never done that. I'm not a big red meat person. Burgers are cool every so often. Steak every so often I get a taste for it, but mostly it's fish, shrimp, and chicken for me. But like I said, it's cool to know that I can actually do a week without meat. Pat myself on the back. That's cool. Yeah. So on that note, y'all have a good night. Get some good sleep. All that good. Wait, whose birthday? Who birthday? Who birthday? Oh, well, it's 11:35 here my time, so I'm supposed to say happy birthday, Tay Tay. Turning 23 in the place to be. Hope it's a good one for you. I don't know if you had any birthday plans, if you did anything this weekend. Hope you had fun. Hope you're going to have fun if you have any future plans coming up. But it's your time. Celebrate. Thank God for another year on this earth. We celebrate you and we celebrate your presence. So, yay to that. All right. Make sure ain't no other birthday shout outs before we go. All right. Anyway, love you guys. You already know what it is. We'll talk soon. All right.